Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in. Today we will be covering Microsoft's launch of 3 in-house MAI models that go head-to-head with OpenAI, Google's big Gemini 3 app upgrade, rolling out globally, a flurry of 6 new Google AI models alongside 4 deprecations, and Google completing its transition from Assistant to Gemini across its home ecosystem. Let's get right into it. On April 2nd, Microsoft dropped something pretty significant. They released 3 brand new AI models that were built entirely in-house under the MAI brand. These are MAI Transcribe 1, MAI Voice 1, and MAI Image 2. What stands out here is that these are not powered by OpenAI. Microsoft built them internally, and they are clearly positioning these as core pieces of their own AI infrastructure going forward. This comes on the heels of a leadership reshuffle back in March, where Copilot oversight was redirected toward a new internal team called MAI Superintelligence. So the organizational shift happened first, and now the products are following. Let's break down each model. MAI Transcribe 1 is a speech transcription model that supports 25 languages and reportedly outperforms OpenAI's Whisper Large v3 across all 25 languages on the FLIRS benchmark. FLIRS is a widely used benchmark for evaluating multilingual speech recognition, so beating Whisper across the board on that is a notable achievement. MAI Voice 1 is a voice generation model, and the headline stat here is that it can produce 60 seconds of audio in under 1 second. It also supports custom voice cloning, which means developers can create synthetic versions of specific voices. As one report put it, MAI Voice 1 produces 60 seconds of audio in under 1 second. That kind of speed opens up a lot of real-time use cases. Then there is MAI Image 2, which is an image generation model currently ranked 3rd on the Arena AI Image leaderboard. 3rd place in a competitive field is solid, especially for a model that Microsoft built without leaning on OpenAI's technology. Early developer reactions have been enthusiastic, with people highlighting the lower latency speech models and tighter integration with Azure. Some are calling this Microsoft's quiet verticalization moment. And honestly, that framing makes a lot of sense when you step back and look at the bigger picture of what Microsoft is building. Now over to Google, which had an absolutely packed few days. On April 2nd, Google unveiled what they are calling a major update to the Gemini app, centered around Gemini 3. This is a flagship consumer upgrade that leans heavily into contextual understanding and personalization. The idea is that Gemini becomes a smarter, more proactive assistant layer across your devices. One of the standout pieces of this update is Gemini 3.1 Flash Live, which Google is calling their best audio model to date. It is now live in over 200 countries, and Google says it's fast and sharp enough to feel like a real conversation. Flash Live focuses on lower latency and improved conversational realism, so interactions should feel more fluid and natural compared to earlier versions. On top of that, Google is expanding what they call personal intelligence, which is essentially secure cross-app context integration. That means Gemini can pull in relevant information from Gmail, Photos, and Search AI mode to give you more useful, personalized responses. So if you ask Gemini something that relates to an email you received or a photo you took, it can factor that in. The global rollout to over 200 countries is also worth noting because it means this is not a limited beta or a US-only feature. Google is pushing this out broadly from the start. Alongside the Gemini 3 app upgrade, Google has been on a tear with model releases. Between March 31st and April 2nd, Google launched 6 new AI models while simultaneously announcing the deprecation of 4 older Gemini variants that will be sunset by June 2026. Among the new launches are Gemma 4, which is the latest in their open weight model family. Open weight means the model weights are publicly available, so researchers and developers can use and build on them directly. There is also Lyria 3, which is an upgraded music generation model, and Veo 3.1 Lite, a streamlined version of their video generation model designed to be more accessible and cost-efficient. As one outlet put it, Google is killing models almost as fast as it ships them. And that is not entirely an exaggeration. 6 new models in and 4 deprecations out within a matter of days shows just how fast Google is iterating on their model stack. Developer reactions have been mixed on this front. There is genuine excitement about the rapid capability gains, but some enterprise developers have raised concerns about API stability and the overhead involved in migrating between model versions when the lifecycle is this compressed. That is a real consideration for teams that have built products on top of specific model versions and now have to plan for transitions on a tighter timeline. Finally, wrapping up the Google news, the company has officially completed the transition from legacy Google Assistant to Gemini across its home ecosystem. This happened on March 31st, which was the formally announced date for Assistant deactivation on home devices. So if you have a Google Nest Hub or other Google Home hardware, it is now running Gemini instead of the old Assistant. As part of this rollout, Google also added Spanish language support for Gemini for Home, expanding accessibility for Spanish-speaking households. Another nice addition is that Gemini for Home now uses your configured home address for more contextual responses, meaning it can factor in location-specific details when you ask about things like weather, nearby services, or local information. Some users on Reddit have reported improved contextual responses overall, though there is still some variance in latency depending on the device and the type of request. A few people were confused by the timing landing right on April 1st, but this was a planned transition that Google had telegraphed well in advance. This marks the final stage of Gemini fully replacing the Google Assistant branding in the home ecosystem, closing out a migration that has been underway for quite some time. Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.